Pride of Higara. This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shah. Looks like you could use a hand. Attention all Sobani, pick your targets and engage.
Hello everyone, this is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard the Starship in Normal Prize. Today we are returning back to Homeworld Complex. If you guys remember, about a year ago we did a build series where I built all the ships in Homeworld Complex 9.1 and kind of explained what's going on. That's what we're doing today. I am returning back to that series and we're going to be doing the Vaygr. But before we continue, I kind of want to apologize to you guys for not really uploading the past like almost 1.5 weeks. I've been kind of obsessed with a game called Trials of Mana. I can show you here in the top corner. It's a fantastic RPG game, and lately I've actually been in the mood for an RPG, so I found that game on Steam and played it. Didn't realize it was a remake from a game from 1995, but I loved the game. It was so much fun. I enjoyed the storyline a lot. I'm kind of a sucker for any type of fantasy storyline, and I love the main character I use. Her name is Reese, and she is a Amazon princess. Who tries to help save the world. She is amazing. I love her. Her art style was amazing. Her combat was really fast and fluid, which I liked. It was a great game, and that's kind of why I haven't really been uploading. I've been playing that like most of my free time, and I've already beaten it. So, apologize about that. But anyways, let's get back to the game and get to the real reason why you guys are here. So, for Homeworld Complex, obviously there's a bunch of different ships you can build. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 different fighters we can build. And on the Vaygr side, you don't have to worry about getting your research to a certain point. All you have to worry about is your rank, because all of these literally unlock at the very beginning, except for maybe 4, 5. Actually, wait, you can build your research division at the very beginning. All except for the last 2. The last 2 require your first rank. So yeah, in Complex, the Vaygr are a little overpowered, kind of because of that reason. Because on the Higaran side, you can literally only build, I think, the first 3 or 4 ships before you get enough research points to unlock the Science Division. Then you can build more of your ships. But anyways, so the first ship we are looking at right now is our Scout ship. And this is basically what it says. It's your Survey Scout. It doesn't really have a whole lot of firepower, very, very minimum firepower, but it has a lot of speed and very little health. Its mission is literally to scout the enemy. So nothing fancy about him. Our second one are our assault craft, who are basically your beginning interceptors. These will be your main fighter versus fighter combat ship. All they have, I believe, are just basic kinetic weapons or fluctuant? No, wait, that's poop. Or fluctuant is fart. I believe that is a flak cannon, and it's really only good against other fighters. So nothing too crazy about them. Then after that, we have our basic bombers.
Reporting.
These are your basic anti-frigate ships, anti-frigate and capital ships, and also specializing in subsystems when upgraded. So their bombs do more damage when you tell them to target actual subsystems. And that's pretty much it. Don't use these against fighters and corvettes. These are basically their main focus is frigates and larger capital ships. Now, after that, oh wait, Lance Fighter is still a normal fighter from Homeworld 2. Where are you? There's the Lance Fighters.
Acknowledged.
Now your Lance Fighters are your main anti-Corvette fighter class ships. It says you can go up against frigates, but I would probably veer these more towards anti-Corvette role. They probably can take care of frigates as long as it's like ion cannon frigates. You know, don't put these against assault frigates or flak frigates because they will die, because flak frigates specialize against these. I don't think there's anything else really special about these. Oh, right, I forgot to tell you guys the crew requirements. So as you guys probably know, in Complex, you have your crew stuff up here. You have your main crew, which is used for every single ship, and then you have your officers, which are used for production ships or super capital ships. You don't have to, whoops, sorry about that. You don't have to really worry about officers unless you're building destroyers or anything bigger than that. So scouts only require 3 crew because it's 3 ships. Assault craft require 7 crew because there's 7 of them. Bombers are 6. Lancers are 5. So the Vaygr, you do have to kind of worry about that because Vaygrs usually have larger squadrons than the Higarans. Just because they're more aggressive, so they kind of throw more fighters at you. So you just kind of have to be a little aware of that. But after Lancers, we have our first version, or our first ship from the mod. Oh, shoot. Don't move. I forgot I still had you selected. Stay there and look pretty.
Waypoint set. Roger.
So here are Defender class fighters. And as you can kind of see, they do kind of look like a combination of a Higaran Interceptor combined with a Kushan Defender. So they look pretty cool. I do like the design. It's not exactly Vaygr. I mean, maybe. Probably if I had different colors, it would look more like Vaygr. But these guys, I would assume, specialize in killing fighters. And probably little Corvettes. These are more like your advanced fighters. I don't think they're as fast as the assault craft. Let me see.
Roger.
Assault craft are 325. These are 260, so they're not too bad. What about health? Slightly more health, just more damage. So they're like slower interceptors that do a little bit more damage. I would probably not really use these against Corvettes. I would probably focus on using these on fighters because all they have are the flak cannons, so I don't see them doing a lot of damage against Corvettes. But the assault craft do have more numbers. You have 7 assault craft per squadron compared to defenders, which you have 5. So you can also keep that in mind. But the defenders have more guns. So it just depends on what you want to do. I probably would prefer defenders because I prefer armor over offense. I prefer survivability over the chance of doing more damage. So that would be my opinion. Now the next one, get rid of the engine glitch that Homeworld is known for. The next one are our heavy fighters. And I believe these ones are a direct upgrade from the assault fighters, or the assault crafts. They're upgraded with a plasma lance and a concussion missile launcher. So these ones I would definitely recommend using against Corvettes, maybe in large groups against frigates. But with the plasma lance, since it doesn't track as quickly as the flak turrets, they would be less effective against fighters. They'll be more effective against heavily armored units. But I think that's about it for these guys. They don't require anything other than their research. Of course, they require more maintenance because they are more of an advanced unit. And while I'm talking about that, I'll go ahead and cover maintenance a little bit. Now, in Complex, as you can see up here, all of your units require maintenance. Vaygr, you really don't have to worry too much about it because they don't have a whole lot of big production ships that you'll be using in order to really put up your maintenance. The Higarans have their research station, their crew station, their power station that all require maintenance to run, where the Vaygr have all that stuff integrated on the mothership. So, yeah, maintenance isn't a big deal with them. So you don't really have to nitpick the maintenance costs or whatnot of your fighters, but it is there if you want to know about it. Anyways, our next one is our missile bomber, which is what you can unlock once you reach the lieutenant rank, which is the second rank in the game. You start out as ensign, or ensign, as I like to call it. Don't know why. But anyways, your missile bomber are your advanced bomber units. Oh, hey, cool. I get to save. I kind of forgot that. I'll just save this as Blur. I'll know what it is.
Roger.
I'm hoping to do this all in one session, but if I have to go, I'll have a save for it. But anyways, the missile bomber comes with 2 anti-capital ship plasma bomb launchers, 2 anti-subsystem plasma bomb launchers, and 2 fusion missile launchers. So these guys are, like I said, your advanced bombers. So these will be used against frigate capital ships and above, and should definitely replace your bombers once you get the upgrade or get to lieutenant. Because the only differences between the two, other than the fact they require a lot more maintenance, 6 crew members, 13, 8. But like I said, for the Vaygr side, you don't have to worry too much about maintenance. There's literally almost no way that you're going to actually max this out. I started out this recording as a fleet admiral, and our fleet admiral automatically gives us 7,800 per end of year tick, and I'm only at like 900. So yeah, you don't have to worry too much about maintenance. And then after that, we have the multi-role fighter, which is the most advanced fighter that the Vaygr can build in this mod.
Ready.
They look like basically an upgraded assault ship. I'm gonna go ahead and change the song because it's really loud. But basically, the multi-role fighter is a kind of like the paladin of the group. They are good against everything, but they don't specialize against anything. So they have 2 flat cannons, makes them good against fighters. Anti-capital ship weapons makes them good against capital ships. Also have a fast flat cannon and 2 normal flat cannons. So yeah, they're good against everything. They have the speed to take out fighters. They have the firepower to take out corvettes, and they have the special weapons to damage frigate ships. But again, like I said, they're not great against anything. These guys would be great for if you know a fleet is coming in and you don't have time to bring bombers out or interceptors out. You just need something that's good against everything. These would be your ships. They're also the most expensive at 950. I didn't really go through the whole expenses, but as you can tell, the further you get down the tree, it just gets a little bit more expensive. Anyways, that is all the fighters that the Vaygr have to offer for us. Next, let's look at Corvettes. Oh yeah, this is the kind of the fleet I built because we are fighting an AI on easy, and if they interrupt us, at least I'll have a fleet here to actually fight them off. Because I was trying to get my virtual machine to get Homeworld 2 to work. I downloaded the remastered from Steam. Every time I tried launching the mod, it actually wouldn't allow me to. I would go to the mods and it would freeze. And I would have to restart the launcher, try to get the mods to work, it would freeze. So I probably could get working manually if I had a CD-ROM driver, but it's not that big of a deal. We'll just deal with the AI. Besides, it makes for a fun video when they interrupt us. Anyways, the first Corvette we can build is the Storm Corvette.
Reporting.
The Storm Corvette you can build as soon as you get your Corvette facility made. These are basically powerful anti-fighter Corvettes. So they have this gun up in front.
Squadron complete.
It is a flat cannon. They also have built-in shield generators and anti-radiation fields whenever you upgrade them, so they can last longer in combat. But these I would only use against fighters. They can be used against Corvettes, probably once you get your shield, since you will be able to have more health and more survivability to last against Corvettes. But I would mainly use these against fighters. And then after that, we have the famous missile Corvette, or missile Corvette, however you guys want to pronounce it. These come with concussion missile launchers, and they are good against Corvettes. Large groups will probably be good against frigates, but I would use these as your main anti-Corvette ship in the beginning of the game. As you get further and further down the tech tree, you probably won't be using these too much, but as a starter ship, these guys are great. Next, we have our laser Corvettes, which I can't remember if that's part of the mod. I think that's part of the mod. Oh yeah, these are definitely part of the mod, because these look like the fighter mixed with a Corvette chassis. The laser corvettes come with a laser cannon, and these guys would be good against frigate class ships. The lasers probably is way too slow to fight fighters, and I would say it's probably too slow against corvettes. Like, I would say they are okay to poor when it comes to corvette class ships, but that's where you have your missile corvette for. These ones are more designed for frigates and larger capital ships. I would probably put these guys against frigates. I don't think they would do enough damage unless you had a large group of them to take down a destroyer by themselves. That's where the next ship comes in, the plasma corvette. See, do these guys require anything?
Supporting friendly units.
Uh-oh. Hey, we have a fight.
Reporting.
Guys, get over here.
Attack coordinates locked in. I'm hit. Copy.
That's a big group. Okay, let's run away. I gotta do this quickly before we actually die. Where's the plasma corvette or plasma frigate?
I'm hit. Copy.
So the plasma corvette is your anti-frigate and anti-capital ship main ship, because they shoot plasma bombs like the assault frigate does in Homeworld.
Ship under attack.
So they're not really good at tracking slower ships like fighters and corvettes, and that's the only weapon these guys have on them. It's just the plasma cannon. So they will only be good against capital ships. So I would use these against destroyers, kind of like the enemy destroyers back here. How are we doing on this fight? Oh hey, we're doing better than I thought. Give me a couple plasma. You guys can go and fight too, because I'm done showing you guys off. Next we have the command corvette.
Confirmed.
Which you only get one per squadron. Also, I kind of forgot to tell you how many crew members these guys require. Storms require 8, missiles are 8, lasers are 8, plasmas are 8. Okay, so all these guys are 8, which is a little bit more than the fighter squadrons. The command corvette is kind of a fleet leading corvette. He has oh, that's mine layer. Dang it, that's not where we are at. So the command corvette is a utility corvette. Improves all weapon damage by 15% and accuracy by 15%, and has an improved sensor module. That's all it has. It has no weapons whatsoever. This is a purely utility support ship. And that is about it. But he can definitely help turn the tide in battle, which I'm gonna go ahead and bring him up here since he can help out. Next is our EMP Corvette. EMP, where are you? There you are. An EMP Corvette, which looks pretty cool. I like its design. EMP Corvette comes with a flat cannon and 2 EMP light cannons. So it says they're good against corvettes and frigates. I would probably tie these into an advanced version of the missile corvette. So I would use him against purely corvette class ships. If the enemy frigates are distracted, they could probably be good against them, but I can't see them really doing the damage. Yeah, they only do 90 damage. I can't see them doing the damage to really take down frigate class ships.
Acknowledged.
Holy crap, we won.
Order confirmed.
See, Vaygrs are OP. I was able to take down the enemy without really even concentrating on them. Just in case, build me more of these.
Production underway. Production underway.
Okay. So that we have some sort of fleet guarding us. Anyways, let's see, the EMP doesn't require anything but your research division, and then we have the mine layer, which I don't really have to go too much in details. You played Homeworld, you know what mine layer corvettes are. These guys deploy mines, and when the mines see the enemy ships, it goes up and blows them up. These guys are only good against capital ships because the mines are too slow and too big to track small units. So yeah, if you want some like destroyer, if you want like a barrier to help slow down enemy battle cruisers or destroyers, mine layers are what you would use. And then after that we have our storm corvettes. What's the difference between, oh, that's a swarm corvette, not a storm corvette. My bad, I don't know how to read. Anyways, where is my storm corvette? There you are. So the Storm Corvette, I believe, is an upgraded version of the Swarm Corvette, which is probably why I get them all confused. They have a flak turret. They are a lot more expensive, and I would use these as a... It says they're good against Corvettes and frigates. I don't believe that. I think this is more of a heavily armored version of a Swarm Corvette. Let me find our swarms real quick so I can combine or check them out real quick. Swarm. There you are.
Acknowledged.
The swarms have 1,280 health and do 54 damage. Storms have 1,600 and do 95 damage. Yeah, I would definitely recommend these as a more expensive alternative to the Swarm Corvette that does more damage and has more survivability. I think it also has slightly more speed. So, give me a second. Gotta take a drink of my tea. Alrighty. And then next after that, we have the Scatterer Corvette, which I believe is over here.
Roger.
Now, the Scatterer Corvette, which looks pretty cool with those little weapons on the side. This has 8 concussion missile launchers. These are this is an upgraded ship to your missile frigates, your missile corvettes. You can get them once you get the lieutenant rank. So basically, if you need, it says it's good against fighters, corvettes, and frigates, but I would still keep these as your anti-corvette, heavily armored, heavily firepower version. So like if you need more firepower than the missile corvettes can offer, you would go with the Scatterer Corvette. Okay, and then after that we have the Multi-Lance Corvette, which if I would have to guess would be the upgraded version of the Laser Corvette. Let's see it real quick.
Copy.
So here's the Multi-Lance Corvette, which has... I'm not sure, I think these side turrets are its weapons. So it's got 2 big turrets on its left side, 2 big turrets on its right side. This is the upgraded version of the Laser Corvette. So if you need a larger ship that has more survivability and more firepower than the Laser Corvette to help with your frigate problem, this would be your ship. It requires 1 more crew member. Where the other one... That's also one thing we gotta remember. This squadron only has 3 Corvettes, where the Laser one has 4 Corvettes. But because of that, they still have more health and more firepower and more movement than the squadron of 4. So they do have a lot more survivability than the other one, and only requires 1 more crew member. So to me, this is a no-brainer upgrade. And then after that, we have the Striker Corvette, which are our largest Corvette class ships and most advanced. And they look pretty cool. I like their little design. I like all the designs in these mods. But the Striker Corvette has 3 fast flak cannons and 2 concussion missile launchers. So this to me would be your advanced anti-fighter Corvette ship. So if you need a ship that is expensive, large, has a lot of health, and needs to solve a fighter and Corvette problem, this would be your guy. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. We covered over all of Vaygur's fighters and Corvettes. Next, we're gonna go through all of the frigates and cover the destroyers as well, frigates and destroyers. And then after that, I want to cover the cruisers and battle cruisers, and then the production cruisers, battle cruisers, production ships, and the non-combat ships. Kind of like the way we did in the last series. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a like if you did. If you like what I do, consider subscribing, and I will check you guys out in the next video. Until then, this is Captain Soban signing out.
The Vaygr have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. The mothership must